hello to everyone who is here. Need to do the good old stream detail updates. Oh, got to be a little bit later than usual, but we're still pretty much on time. I'll make sure that oh, tablet seems to be lagging a little bit. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. No streams, check. There's alright. Now we should be good to go. There we are. And everyone in the Discord server live now. Here we go again. 203 people. We've had 2 people leave the server recently. That's not good. Anyways, here we go. Oh, just gonna give it a moment for everyone to arrive. We have a lot to go over and discuss today. So, today I went to FoamFest, which is the biggest Nerf convention in the world. Something like that is still growing. You see loads of LEGO shows, and that's a big thing already, but there's never really stuff for Nerf hobbies. And to see one very close to me was very exciting, and of course, it was much more incentive to go. But to see the people there and all the stools and other things that were on display was very exciting. And yeah, I want to have a quick talk about what was there. I'm going to go over some of the amazing loot that I got from the show today. And yeah, we'll go from there. There's a couple of things worth talking about because this is going to be interesting with how I'm kind of finding my place in the hobby. So to anybody who is just joining, hello, welcome. This is going to be more Nerf orientated this stream. And let me grab my phone a sec. Sure, what's that on? Let that go for a little bit more. So my phone's on charge as well because did a lot of footage. Recorded a lot of footage today, so I'll be having a vlog made of FoamFest, which is going to be very cool. I'm going to be doing a separate video dedicated to all the loot as well because not everybody tunes in for the live stream, so that'll be something good to kind of do separate. And yeah, if you haven't seen my Instagram, first of all, make sure you go follow it. But earlier today, I posted a video of me firing a 3D printed blaster by someone named Domachevsky. And this is the same guy who I purchased the belt-fed magazine from, which is in one of these boxes down by my feet to the side of me. And he is an absolute mad lad when it comes to making these sort of things. It's just amazing. And yeah, it's a 20-second clip on my Instagram. I strongly recommend you give it a watch because it's a bullpup magazine-fed blaster, which has shells in it. A shell-ejecting magazine-fed blaster is something that's never been seen before in the hobby. Well, technically, that's a lie because Busby blasters do that. But in the style that he's done it, it's insane. Again, it's brand new and it's so exciting and really cool. So, let's have a quick drink because I need one. Okay. Now, with all the loot I've got, there is a fair whack of stuff, but at the same time, it doesn't really look like that much. Everybody was given a FoamFest goodie bag, so I'm going to start off with this. I was able to grab 2 of these because as I was making my way out, I saw there was about another 20 or so kind of just left unclaimed. I suppose they didn't have enough people come in. I suppose, again, I don't know. So I said to them, can I get away with having another goodie bag? And they're like, yeah, go on then, sure, why not? So that was cool. First of all, a couple of leaflets from various sources. I got some stuff from Britner, from Monkeytron, some very cool things here. Some names I'm not too familiar with, but other things I will become more familiar with as time goes on. Something from Dart Zone and blastertime.eu. It is going to be very exciting to potentially get myself another half-length firing dart blaster. The reviewer, hello, good to see you able to make it to the stream. And some more advertisements for other companies, which I think is just excellent. So yeah, I would like to try, if I'm going to get another half-length dart blaster, probably going to be the Pro Mark III. But I would much prefer if another half-length blaster comes out that isn't stupidly expensive, because it's about 190 euros on blaster time. And that's a lot of money, you know? It's also got to be a good enough blaster that can make me want to use it as much or more so than the regulator, which is what I use for my personal setup. So yeah, there is that to consider too. So that's the first things. Very cool stuff. One exciting thing about the I suppose it was only in this one. We have a pack of darts with FoamFest printed on them. Is it that way round? No, it was about that way round. There we go. Yeah, some special FoamFest darts. There was a firing range at the convention as well, and there were a number of darts kind of just scattered around the floor that had FoamFest printed on them. So these are basically, if you look at the darts heads, these are basically Nerf AccuStrike darts. But again, special, unique FoamFest prints, and yeah, I'm going to keep these sealed because, you know, of course I will, because they're the best. And an additional set because, again, this is weird because this was on one, in one of the goodie bags and not this one. Another pack of darts that have ammo counter printed on them. So yeah, there is, I should say, a dedicated sort of attachment that's third-party made, and it's basically an ammo counter. It's a barrel attachment, and you put the main counter itself on a rail. So it's kind of like the chrono barrel before the chrono barrel was a thing. And yeah, you know, it's a good thing to have. Coop did a video on it, and they've got their own darts. Again, I'm going to keep these looked after, and yeah, in the collection they go. Reviewer, you good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing great. I am having a grand old time. I've had a very good day today. We're going to put those over there. We're going to keep on going. Next, we have... I just tip that sideways because it's going to get in the way of my arm otherwise. A UK Nerf War. A little bag here, but inside we have some protective eyewear. Some proper good stuff this. I haven't actually opened this. I could definitely feel that it was goggles, like eyewear, but I didn't know what it actually looks like until right now. So, oh, there's a bit of a string holding it together. Here we go. Just pull that open? Yeah, just pull that open. Okay. If I do it this way. Protective eyewear. Which is something that Dart Zone has been adding with their Pro Blasters. And it's something that is very good to see, because when you think of Rival, Hyper, again, high velocity firing blasters, particularly the short dart ones, some kind of facial protection and eyewear of some kind is a very good thing to have. So yeah, that is an excellent thing to see. Oh, what's else? What's this? Just a UK Nerf War sort of wow, what do you call this? Like a company card? Business card, I think that's the word. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to UK Nerf War. Lovely stuff. I'm gonna put that back in the... It's a very nice bag. This is a proper professional, sort of smooth feeling bag. I love that. Yeah, so I'm gonna put that back over there. Next, we got... Let's just pull the rest of it out. There we go. Yep. Oh. There was a joke thing going on where there were rolls of sort of gimmicky, funny... I don't know what the actual picture is. Oh yeah, it's like Nerf pants something like that. Again, one of the sponsors for the convention, and it's just got some special printed toilet paper. It's literally just toilet paper, which is rather amusing. Also, we have some more of these pamphlets. That's cool. Some more badges. Yeah, we've got plenty of badges. This one I saw on a table, and I thought to myself, oh, I really hope I can get myself one of these, because it doesn't seem like it's an item that's for sale. Foam Blast 2020, it's 2 years out of date, but you know, I'll take it, sure. And on the other side, Blaster Time. Lovely badge that. I was able to grab a few more badges, but I will show that off later on. More badges. I don't recognize this one. I'll have to do some research. More frontline foam, I suppose for custom blaster stuff, as it says on the card. And I assume this is a magnet, giving a quick look at the back, because that is very much fridge magnet sort of a feel to it. Hello to all my fellow nerds, specifically more so the Nerf nerds. But yeah, I feel like that could be a bit more widespread. Just chop off the little bottom part where there's a blaster, and you can go from there. Okay. So that was a little goodie bag that everybody got when they showed up. Oh, by the way, they had Tic Tacs in there, but I don't care for them. I'm going to put that in the kitchen, see if anybody else wants it. Oh. Here we are. Right. So that was the intro goodie bag, which is a lovely thing to have. What do we go with next? There is a fair whack of things still to go through. Oh yeah, there's some smaller loot items. Oh. Yeah, man. Gonna grab it all. Yeah, right. Let's turn over. Again, back onto the topic of badges. We do have quite a lot. Drac, one of the Nerf YouTubers, was there. Also was Captain Xavier, which was very exciting to see him, and also Just a Jolt, who was the main host for the raffle as well. So I was able to kind of say hello to him, but not quite get a picture, which is a bit of a shame. But over on Drac's table, I was able to get myself a few badges. Nerf or nothing, I suppose it's nothing, which is a lot of the badges he had was very amusing. A glow-in-the-dark badge where the white parts are glow-in-the-dark. Fight like you're dead, which is a very cool looking thing. I haven't been watching any of Drac stuff for a good long while, to be honest. But still, you know, I'll take the badge. Go for it, sure, why not? What was the third one from him? That was it. I went for this one because it's got tugboats on it. Tugs, you know, is a boat. I've got to go for it. So yeah, that's quite nice. Nope, drops one. Some more UK Nerf War stuff. Plenty of badges. The same business card as earlier. Some of these badges are Velcro, and there's a couple of things like this where it's just a bit of card. Not a bad thing at all. And what was this from? I don't remember who gave this out, because this wasn't in the goodie bag either. Just have a nice day. Nice pair of glasses. Again, not so much a badge, it's just a little... Is this a sticker? It does feel a bit thick. No, it's just a bit of card, I suppose. But yeah, you know, ultimately, another nice little piece. So that was the badges. I got myself a couple of attachments over at Just a Jolt's little stand. He had a couple of boxes of attachments, and he had a sign that said, you know, these attachments are free, so, you know, help yourself to what you want there. So I thought, you know, may as well have a look. And I got 3 attachments. One of them I already have, which is this one. I technically have 2 others of these, but this is, after all, an ammo holder. You know, you can't go wrong with one of these, so that's going to be a very cool thing to have another one of. The first attachment that is new, well, new to me again, is a Super Stoker style Raider stock. It is one of the extendable ones. It's a bit stiff and a bit dirty, but it's completely fine. And yeah, it's nothing too different from what I already have and have owned in the past. It's just I have having started to rebuild my collection in 2019, I wasn't able to get one of these until today. So yeah, cool to have that again. And teeny weeny scope. I don't know if this is Nerf branded or not. It doesn't have any of that legal sort of printed writing on the attachment anywhere, but it does work. If I were to grab this Raven, which I will come back to later on, if I put this on, come on, you can do it. Oh, you did it earlier. Ah, oh, damn it. Oh, I look like a right dweeb now. Oh, okay. And what did I tested it on? I tested it on something. That's okay. I may as well keep the Raven there for now. But yes, it has not the traditional attachment point where it's got this little notch here. That actually fits in these grooves in the rail, not so much where the teeth are. So that's actually pretty damn cool. It's a shame I couldn't demonstrate it here because I made myself look like a right moron. So yeah, 3 new attachments, lovely stuff. I grabbed myself a number of magazines. Oh, pardon me. So first of all, I grabbed another glow-in-the-dark 18 stick mag, mainly because it was an 18 stick mag, so yeah. And the other is a 15 darts magazine from NF Strike. It was this and the glow-in-the-dark stick mag were from another stall who had this sort of box of, you know, these two and a bunch of other things, you know, £5 each. And I saw this and I thought, that's actually quite interesting. It's not something I've got. It's 15 darts, so it's a nice sort of in-between. This little triangular bottom piece was quite nice. And when I saw it too, so you can see about, there we are. You can see it says NF Strike on the magazine. So yeah, I think it's a cool little thing to have. So I went for it. The only thing that kind of bugs me is I don't know which way around this is actually supposed to go in, because it seems to work and not work both ways. It looks like that will be the front. Let me do this right now because I still got my Raven. Let's actually figure this out, because that looks like it's supposed, like, this end is the front because of the way that triangular point is going. But the arrow at the top is actually facing that way, sort of that way. So yeah, it looks like it would work, but because of that notch on the back as well, which is where you would put the magazine facing backwards, it's kind of weird. And again, it's kind of thrown me off. I can, again, like I said, I can insert it both ways just fine. And it's weird. I need to actually, I suppose, fire it a little bit, kind of have a bit more fun to fully understand this magazine. Then again, I don't think I will, to be honest, because there's only a 15 dark stick mag. Not the sort of thing I would run, but again, a nice little thing to have. Oh, let me get those over there. Have you made any custom Nerf blasters? Blasters, not guns. No, I haven't. I have. Well, I suppose so. Well, I don't think that really counts as a custom one. I've modified it for another purpose, but no, I don't think I'll be going down that route, to be honest. I like sort of simpler stuff like what I made when it came to the Shell Strike Master Key. There were a lot of blasters on display that were wrapped in a bunch of different amazing colors and designs, and so like blaster skins or weapon skins, I should say, that you would see in like Call of Duty, for example. There was loads of those there, and I don't see myself having the ability to make something like that to begin with. It's very intimidating, but at the same time, it's not really something I care for doing. I feel like if I wanted to try and do that sort of blaster modification, I would have done it by now. But yeah, there is some element to that. But as of now, no, I haven't. Now then, before we get onto uh, the blasters that I acquired today, I was able to get 2 more magazines, and they are half-length magazines. It is a fascinating thing to be able to hold these. Hello, RK, good to see that you made it. So yeah, another one of the stands was more of a sort of display stand, and this one in particular had a box of gear and other miscellaneous items, and amongst them were 2 half-length mags. And yeah, I mean, it was really cool to kind of just dig through it, like, okay, they're giving stuff away, cool, fair enough. And I thought it was a perfect opportunity. Just I saw these and straight away I thought, yes, I've got to get these, because it would be, again, a great opportunity to try and get myself into using half-length darts, of which I can show you some more about later on. So these two are separate. Now let's get on to the 3 blasters that I acquired today. The first one, since I showed it earlier, is this Raven. I grabbed it mainly because it is in elite colors, and this is a particularly rare thing to find. But the thing about this, where's my screwdriver? It's behind me, hang on. Oh, here we go. So again, I got this because of the colors it came in, but when I was talking to the guy who was, again, I bought this for £10 at one of the stores, but one thing that's going on with this one is it is wired up to take a 2S LiPo. So I'm going to have to get the appropriate LiPo online and kind of go from there. This is something I don't know if I'm going to use at many Nerf wars, because not so much that it's good to have it on a LiPo because it's hitting harder and firing faster, which is good, but I've already got something personally ready for me, so I'll probably bring this as a secondary. But I don't know, I need to get back into using LiPo stuff. The belt-fed magazine I got from Domachevsky a long time ago also runs on LiPos, so I should have the appropriate charger, but I will need the appropriate battery to begin with. So if I do the battery door back up, there we go. So yes, blaster 1 of 3, a Raven. Next, oh, if I check that all the way back over there, is something I was very excited to see. Now, there is a company called Busby Toys, and they have made a lot of blasters. Especially last year, they came up with a bunch of new blasters which were not received too well. But back in the day, Busby blasters used to be insanely cool. One of them in particular was the Sentinel. If I try and... okay, there we go. It is a lever action blaster, or lever action blaster, I'm British. And yeah, it's very weird to kind of hold and show this because of the angled roof. But this is a very... oh, this is getting stupid. But yes, this is a very sought after blaster, and it can cost you a pretty penny, especially if you find one new in box like this. I have no doubts that people in certain areas of the world will probably have to pay $100 to get one of these. Probably more than that just to get it with the box as well. This is mint sealed brand new, and the store that I got this from at FoamFest had 3 of these for sale, and they were only £15 each, as in 1.5, which is equivalent to about $20. Now, I grabbed one because I thought, okay, I know how valuable this blaster is, I just want one. But I probably should have bought at least 2, maybe even be greedy and go with all 3, you know? But, oh man, I would love to open this up and do a video, but the problem is, I don't want to damage the packaging. I'm probably going to experiment with this after, well, not necessarily after the stream, but maybe in the coming days. I'll probably play around with this to see if it's possible to remove it from the box without doing any damage, and then see if it's possible to do a video. If it's going to be too difficult, then obviously you won't see a video about it. But man, this... a Busby Sentinel, one of the blasters that is so decorated on the Busby side of this hobby, and now I have one. It's like, that's so cool. I love it. Hey Luke, I got a Nerf blaster like that I don't want anymore. Would you be interested? Not for me, thank you. I already have a very full collection. I don't really buy that many blasters anymore unless I really, really want it. I only like a certain type of blaster anyways. Obviously I'll go for some of the more fun stuff, some of the more stuff that I kind of tend to enjoy as primary blasters anyways. Certain things come in every now and then, but something like this, if it has a certain meaning to it, I'll go for it. So I am very particular with what kind of blasters I would want. So yeah, I also need to be a bit more conscious of this, but I've got space to store these in my collection over there, but I can't just go into looking at other blasters. Even every now and then, I remember doing this, similar to Lego shopping as well, I would just go on like eBay and Gumtree and just look at all these bulk lots of Nerf blasters that people were selling on. And again, it'll be a big bulk of blasters for a crazy cheap price, and it would always be so tempting to get them, but I always passed because I thought, okay, what am I going to do with it? Am I going to sell them on later on? So yeah, it would be nice to have it, but I won't do anything with it. I won't do it any justice, basically. So I appreciate the offer, but not for me, thank you. Union Pacific fan, hello, good to see you. Made it on the stream. Right then, quick drink, and then we go into the big boy. So before the after party at FoamFest, there was normal convention floor fun, all the stalls and displays, nice big hall, but half the hall was kind of closed off for sort of Nerf rules. Like there would be particular rounds with certain rules, and when it came to 3:15, a raffle kicked in. A bunch of people, myself included, bought some tickets for a raffle, and all the raffle tickets were chosen out and the prizes were given out. You know, the same sort of raffle thing. And amazingly, I won one of the prizes, which is very weird because I very rarely win anything. But today I did. And it was the wonderful Nexus Pro. So this is one hell of a blaster. And I know for a fact that Jolt King has been begging me to get into half-length dart stuff for the longest time, and I've wanted to try half-length stuff too. And I think this is the perfect blaster to get it started with. There were two other prizes at the raffle that I wanted to kind of go for, but sadly I didn't win the other two, and I only got this one, which is still okay. But it was very obviously secondhand. You could see some of the sort of wear and tear on the boxes. Again, that's okay because everything was included. But specifically, we had... All right, I'm going to have to turn around again and bring everything forward. There's another badge there. Oh. So here is the blaster itself. And I have been spending some time before the stream firing it and kind of just playing around with it. This is a pain in the ass to prime because it fires much harder than your stock Nerf brand blasters. It was... Let me try and demonstrate it one sec, because it was not easy, because my elbow is like, after about 50 shots, my elbow was starting to hurt from having to do this so often. So to prime, you pull back, and of course, you go from there. As you just heard, ready? Oh, that was quite the blast. RK, you've got to go, no worries. Thank you so much for tuning in for as long as you did. I've just seen your other message about Discord. I will have a look at that later on after the stream. Okay, so back to this. Very hard hitting blaster, and I now have 3 half-length magazines ready to go for it. However, because it's second hand, it came with the full-length darts, but none of the half-length darts, which is a shame. So what I ended up doing was, leaning back one more time, I basically snipped a bunch of normal elite darts to half length. Now this is okay because I have loads of normal elite darts anyway. For my main regulator setup, I use AccuStrike darts too, so for me to chop these up, I'm actually very okay with. It saves me a bit of money having to buy packs of half-length darts anyways. So yeah, there is a couple of good things when it comes to this. I have filled and fired all 3 magazines earlier this evening using these particular darts, and yeah, it's very fascinating. I think that's the best word to use to fire these, because obviously half-length darts are way more accurate than full-length ones, and it's just so cool and different. It's a very similar yet different experience. let me chuck this back over there. Now, I thought that this blaster was modded because, again, I'm not used to that kind of level of draw. Like, oh, there we go. Again, there's been a number of times where I kind of get caught at the edge of the prime there. And again, that's where my elbow begins to hurt because it's way stronger than it probably should be. But again, I'm not too sure because this is the first time of me using such a blaster in the first place. There we go. It's so loud that. But on the top is this piece. Where's the box? Hang on. Because I don't know if that belongs. No, that looks to be... maybe it's the same, I don't know. I can't tell. Again, it's not something I'm too familiar with. But along the top, this sort of orange piece, you can see it's a slightly different color of orange. It looks and feels 3D printed. So I think somebody's done a couple of mods on the inside. I might have to open this up after the stream to kind of check what's going on. But yeah, it's still a very cool and fun blaster to use. Just again, just more getting used to it, I suppose. Now, on the topic of this blaster potentially being modded, because this is a second-hand product, well, second-hand item, so there were a number of other items included. Like this extra foregrip, I suppose. I suppose it was supposed to replace the original horizontal grip. These things, I don't know what these are for. They're clips of some kind? Again, no idea. This thing, again, is some tiny little curved piece. No idea what that's supposed to represent. A couple of tube items. I'm not a modder, so I don't recognize what these are supposed to be. And above all, this bigger, thicker, heavier stock. Now, this is supposed to work with the Nexus Pro over here. So I chuck those over there. So you can take off the stock. Very cool. And you can put this one on. Now, I'm not going to put it on all the way because I was able to lock it into place, but it took a lot of effort to pull it off. But it is compatible. It does sit on there, and it is, very comfy, It's definitely one I would like to use, but I've got to make sure I am in the sort of right mindset and right position to want to use this in the first place. For now, though, I'm going to stick to the standard stock that comes with it because this is just as comfy, just as easy to use, and it's lighter as well, which is a bit easier on me. So yeah, lovely stuff this. What I can do, I can collapse it. There we go. Right. Oh, there we go. Ah yes, and also to mention, with the Nexus Pro is the short darts mag adapter, which is a very cool thing to have. It's something that you put in place of a normal magazine. The magazine that comes with the Nexus Pro as well, the long standard length ones. So you have this half-length dart magazine, and that goes in like that. And this is the sort of stand-in for the magazine. Let me just do this properly because this is a better thing to show than to tell. So if I bring that all the way back out. Oh. So prime. There we are. So that's the normal magazine release catch for your full-length darts. This is for the half-length darts. That is a very fun thing to do. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, that's fine. One extra thing to get used to is the fact that this has a safety switch. So firing mode, and on this side, safety mode. Very cool. That's very professional. Oh, lovely. Just lovely. So yeah, that's basically all of the loot I got from FoamFest. I'm going to be doing a much more condensed version of this for its own dedicated video, because it would be nice to show this off to more people in a much more compact and better way. Also, not everybody tunes in for these streams anyways, and yeah, it was a pretty good time. So that's all the loot, and I suppose now, oh, over there, we can get back to our regularly scheduled mess. Here we go. I think the phone's charged up now. We are on 91%. That'll do. Oh, so yeah, FoamFest was a great time. Gonna be working on the videos for FoamFest and the what did I just say? The loot sort of overhaul video in the coming days. I do have a bunch of Lego projects in the works. If you are in any particular Discord server, then you might have seen some of my latest creations already. But can I show you something? Oh, I showed these off last streams. That's okay, you know. Just go watch the VOD of the last stream if you want to see what I've been up to recently. My two latest models are over there, which I'm not going to spoil just yet. That's it for the kind of latest creations, really. It's nothing really too new at the moment. I am currently working on 2 more Thomas characters. A Bricklink order arrived earlier today, so hopefully I can get on with them. I'm also awaiting an order for some 3D printed wheels, which is good for one of the models I'm making, as well as testing out some new medium drive wheel size thin wheels, which is good for the tender engines that I've been building. It definitely helps where you need wheels of that size, but also it's better to have them thinner instead of the massive bulky drive wheels that we've used previously. Josh, hello, good to see you. Glad you were able to make it. You just missed out on all of the loot from FoamFest, which is a bit of a shame. I can go over it again if you want to. How are we doing on Discord anyway? Oh yeah, RK said about his model in the Discord. What's he got? Ah, he's got some what's it called? Roller coaster track. That's it. Yeah, you can do some stuff with the roller coaster track. Hang on, I saw the chat. I could DM you after the stream if that works. Yeah, if you want to. I have to get pictures of everything, which would be okay. Oh, I've got next week off work as well, so I can literally go into the night when it comes to Lego building, because I normally work evenings. After I have my dinner, I basically have to stop any kind of progress with model making. And next week, I can just ignore that completely and just build on into the night. I'm going to be building Devious Diesel and Emily from Thomas, basically. I did say this in the Discord server. Those are the last 2 characters I'm going to be making. As to how I'm going to be making them, I have, well, again, for Diesel, I'm going to be using the Gronk instructions from Block Junction, as well as the drive wheel and rod pack that comes from Brecklin Bricks, mainly because it's Brecklin Bricks who designed that model, so, you know, nice little tie in there. And when it comes to Emily, I'm not too sure how I'm going to tackle her, because she's a Sterling single. That's a very elegant looking model, but the drive wheel area is going to be a pain in the ass to figure out. Again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, because I might need to get myself some dark green tape or maybe some dark green card. I really don't know, because I need to kind of figure that out as I build her. I reckon it will be good once, again, like the rest of the model is going to be completely fine once I get that sort of middle section done. I am also going to build in dark green, which is not a bad thing. I am also going to have to spray some wheels in dark green, which is something I haven't done in a good long while. So that's another thing to do. But yeah, I think I might get on with Emily first, just until the 3D printed wheels arrive. I could probably start work on that tonight after the stream. Probably, I'll definitely have to clean up first with all the Nerf stuff because obviously more than one hobby, you know. So yeah, there is that. Union Pacific fan says, I'm building Minecraft back rooms. Is back rooms just a general thing, or is that a reference to something? Oh, Jesus, that scared the hell out of me. My okay, again, to anybody who doesn't know, I stream on my tablet, and down here is my PC screen, and I'm watching the stream back mainly for the chat. And I'm assuming my screen froze for a moment because I just saw myself do a bit of sudden movement. It was like, oh my god, what the hell's going on? Ah, lordy lord. On the topic of Thomas characters, I have built quite a lot. Hopefully without spoiling what I've made recently. I don't think it really matters about it. I don't want to show the models. I don't mind saying who I've built. You know, I'll just save the models for those videos. But yeah, when it comes to the Thomas characters, who would you like to see me build next? Because I do have a couple more models on the way, and I want to try and keep this binge going. But at the same time, these are characters that I'm set on wanting to make. Some of the characters I'm not quite there for yet, so it comes and goes. Jack Taylor, it has indeed been a long time. Good to see you. You are joining us on the sort of later half of the stream. I strongly recommend you watch the VOD back because the first half an hour is dedicated to all of the loot I got from FoamFest. Just to give, just to those who have showed up recently, just to give a brief summary of some of the things I have got. Oh, just to give off, or rather show off two of the blasters. Busby Sentinel. Look, it's super rare, and I got it for dirt cheap. Dart Zone Pro, Nexus Pro, half-length shooter, super cool, you know. Ah, it's good to have one of these. Oh. Special printed darts from the event. More epic loot. Yeah, a Sentinel, yeah. So the guy I bought the Sentinel off of, he had 3 of them for sale, all of them for £15, as in 1.5. Like, crazy cheap, especially knowing that it's a Sentinel. So, yeah. I only bought 1, but I think I probably should have, probably got 3. This isn't the Pro Mark 1, I got that wrong. This is the Nexus Pro. I am still getting used to having to pump it because when the handle gets to about sort of this area, I kind of misfire or misprime sometimes, and it kind of hurts my arm having to constantly try and prime it properly. So yeah, there is that. Not the Mark 1, but a Nexus Pro. Still a very cool blaster. I'm not too sure if I want to do a video on this because it's not my sort of thing. But I'm still very happy to have one. I won this in a raffle as well. I'm pretty sure I said this earlier in the stream, but this one in particular I won in a raffle, which is just amazing, right? There we go. If I put them all the way in, safety on. Oh, there we go. Nexus Pro is still worlds ahead of the likes of the stock Retaliator. Yes, definitely. It's still something I'm going to have to get used to, I suppose, if I want to actually kind of use it more. But I will still stick to my flywheels because that's just an easier thing to use. Jack, since you're here, I would love for you to see a thing on my Instagram. So, again, to anybody who was just joining the stream, I have posted on my Instagram earlier today of me using one of Domachevsky's latest products, which is a magazine-fed bullpup blaster that has shell ejection. The shells are double stacked in the magazine, and it is one of the most fun things I've ever fired. It's just so cool. Yeah, it was definitely something that was my brain's just farted. One of the coolest things I've ever seen. It was that was it. It was something that took forever to reload and reuse because Domachevsky wasn't there, but one of the guys who bought his products did. And whilst we were on the range, I basically heard the rat-a-tat-tat noise. Basically, that's the best way I can describe it. Of all the shells kind of being popped out of the blaster as he was firing it, and I heard it. I went, oh my god, I need to get over to the range because I know what that is. I know what that sound is. So I go over there and I see it fire. I help out, you know, picking up all the shells and refilling the shells. You know, if I get a turn, then I get a turn. Cool. If I don't, then that's fine. I've got some video footage at least. But yeah, I was able to hold and fire the blaster, and then one of the guy that actually owns that blaster was able to video me firing it on the range. So I was able to post that on Instagram earlier today, and it was just so much fun. Like the very last second, just before the film cuts off, where my face is all really excited and happy. It's one of the most coolest things I've ever fired for the Nerf side of the product. In the Nerf hobby, my brain. Seriously, what goes on up here? Yes, he made the rail cleaner. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy one myself though, because whilst it was a very cool thing to hold and fire, it's still crazy expensive. And yeah, I don't know if I will one day. Maybe if he decides to discount it, or if I somehow win the lottery. I think then and only then I'll get myself one of them. Oh, I see your comment straight away. Says Sentinel. Are you going to review the Sentinel or resell it for a nice profit? I'm not. I'm no looking for a lever action rifle as I have a slingfire, but just curious. After the stream, in maybe later tonight or probably sometime tomorrow, I'm going to see if it's possible to open up the Sentinel without damaging the box in any way, shape, or form. Which probably means I'm going to have to leave the magazine and definitely going to have to leave the darts in there, because if I grab it again, it's not the easiest thing to see, but if I rather, so you can see there, that is basically the darts mint sealed in the packaging. This is basically a brand new in box product. So with that, I really don't want to be careful, but at the same time, you can see there's a couple of these sort of twist ties. There's one there, and there's one. Is there only two? Oh, I think there's only there's twist ties on the magazine as well. Just looking inwards a bit more, it's a bit difficult to see from the camera's perspective, but I can see two twist ties on the magazine as well. So I might be able to open this, do a video, and put it back in. Very maybe. It's possible, but I'm going to have to be very careful. I won't be selling it on either, though. That's something to make known. I love Wacom's iceberg of blasters, and I'm not going to do the same thing, but I definitely do have an understanding and recognition of some items being more not productive, more valuable and more sought after. This being one of them. So I'm going to kind of take on that factor, and again, I'm going to have my fun with this and then put it back in the box. So there is that. You don't want to use the included ammo. Sealed shut like that will damage the box. Yeah, again, I will use normal elite darts because I've got loads of them, plenty to spare. And if I try and go into those darts, I will make myself very sad. But it's so cool just to have one of these, it's amazing. I love it. Okay then. Since we're showing off boxes, again, to those who showed up later on, the Nexus Pro box, very cool indeed. I'm going to tuck that in a bit. Okay then. I need another drink. Wow. So this is something else that reminds me of, whilst I was at FoamFest, I was able to speak to another display team that was there who do Nerf wars in the city that I live in. And I said to them, I would love to be able to do Nerf wars with people, because for me at the moment, all I'm doing is I've got my blasters here, but I'm basically only shooting at the pillow on my bed. That's it. As like target shooting, plinking. That's it. I don't really ever have Nerf wars with people anymore. So it would be cool to have one of them. And hopefully with the group that I've, well, they call it, I think it's called Bristol Blast. I'll have to double check, but I did look earlier this evening once I came home from the event. Probably have to message them, get in touch, and say, yeah, I'm probably going to look into joining an event. Probably have to figure out if there's a way to like get a lift from, depending on what the event is going to be like. I don't mind bringing a blaster and a few magazines, but one day I would love to be able to bring again the full regulator and gear with the boxes basically. But I think that's going to be a while away. But yeah, well, just looking to the side of me now, thinking, okay, what else could I bring if not all of that? Oh, pardon me. Maybe I just bring the Nexus Pro. Just use all the half-length stuff, you know? That'd be good. I wouldn't mind losing the darts because, again, they're only elite darts. I can just chop up some more to the half-length size. Well, the other two magazines I could just keep in my pocket. I'd probably bring another small blaster to put in my other pocket. So yeah, it could probably probably work in that sense. Yeah, I quite like that. Just seeing what else is there. Some blasters I haven't used in a very long time. Oh. I'll tell you what, oh, hang on, let's check out his next comment. Jackson says, I held the Sentinel at a Foam Dart Thunder event and was definitely turned off by the sharp priming handle compared to the Slingfire's smooth ergonomics, but the Sentinel would destroy the Slingfire in a straight-up firefight. Yes, I remember the Slingfire being... again, also today where I was being told about the Sentinel, where it's a very hard-hitting blaster. It can fire further and kind of hit harder, especially for when it was made. When was it made? No more than a decade ago? Busby Sentinel release date. It was 2015. That's only 7 years ago. It wasn't made for that long, and yet it was pretty good. Man, that is insane. It's only 7 years old. What? That's actually really cool. But yes, again, it kind of shows how other companies, even Busby back in the day, could pull off something like this. And it definitely shows that, yes, it may not be the most comfortable thing to hold, but it has the power behind it, which is really cool. Let me have a quick look to see if I can, if there's any easy footage from the event today. If I can show you. I think a lot of it is just general showcase stuff. Yeah, so I'll have to wait until the vlog goes out for this. One thing I can show you was, again, meeting Nerf YouTuber Captain Xavier. Oh, that doesn't really that doesn't look too good on the stream. But yeah, I'll post this to Instagram later on this evening too. I saw that he was announced to be arriving at FoamFest. I thought, oh my god, I've really got to meet him because this is a YouTuber I've been following for a couple of years. He does Lego stuff as well. I love Lego stuff too, so we can kind of talk Lego for a bit, and we did. We were talking about how Captain Xavier has built a 104 gun naval sailing ship, and I kind of went off topic a bit and said to him, okay, the Lego club that I'm in is doing a collaborative build that's going to come together in November, which is called Pirates Cove. I would love it if, well, he will never do this and this wasn't going to happen, but could you imagine if he just rocks up with his ginormous, super long, super thick, super tall naval ship and just plonks it in the middle of the table with with other people that made the little rinky-dink pirate ships in comparison? It would be just the best thing ever. Oh, pardon me. Yes, speaking of, he has done videos of that ship as well, and I strongly encourage you to use it. Not to use it, to watch it. It's on Captain Xavier's Lego channel. It is a very, very cool thing to see. The video in particular does showcase other naval ships that he has built. And again, just in the same way that I've done all my trains and railway stuff, he's done a lot of sea and naval ship builds. So it's very cool to see another aspect of Lego brick building, basically. Very cool indeed. Sorry, stand by. Right, we'll just carry on. Oh, I have a versus list in mind for you. Revolving around the mediator attachments, putting them against me, may not have. Yes, go for it. It's been a long while since you've done a versus for me. I really should do another versus video. I think some of the latest Nerf videos I did were actually versus videos too. Yes, it was very cool that I got to meet Captain Xavier. Just the Jolt and Drac were there as well. I wasn't able to meet Drac because he was either filming or who knows where. And Just a Jolt was there for sort of the later half of the day. He was busy speaking with other exhibitors, kind of doing his own thing. And of course, he was hosting the raffle, so I can't really do too much there either. What was the Nerf versus videos I did? Yeah, that was it. The Motor Blitz versus the Raven and the choice of one-handed revolver blasters. Yeah, so 2 versus videos coming out in quick succession. That's pretty cool, that. But yeah, what are the versus videos, suggestions, rather, that you have for me in the chat? Come on, let's see them. Is it raining? Oh, it's raining again. Very cool thing. Okay, just to quickly point it out, again, here in the UK, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other places, particularly in Europe, have been suffering from a heat wave this past week. Yesterday and today, it has been raining and it's been cooling down the air, which is something I am very happy to see because, you know, we British, we can't handle the heat. It gets to 20 degrees, that's warm enough for us. So for it to reach somewhere between 25 and 30, that was insane. We could not deal with that at all. Oh man. So yeah, mediator versus Rampage. I would say the mediator pretty easily because the Rampage is an elite. It's basically the Raider but with elite internal upgrades. Nothing too special there. Again, I've held a Rampage. I have actually held a proper Rampage before, but I've also held the mediator. And for what it is and what else it can come with, I am much more in love with the mediator. So I think there's a bit of a one-horse race between those two, but yeah, my answer is the mediator. Not to say the Rampage is bad, but I definitely have my preference. Josh also says, meanwhile, it's hot as hell in my area once again at 32 degrees Celsius. Oh no. What day was it? I think it was at the beginning of this week. Tuesday, I think it was on Tuesday, where it reached what was it? I think it reached up to 35 during the day. And because I work evenings, it was not something to really look forward to. And it was still 30 degrees Celsius by 10 p.m. And as it went through the night, it was still in the high 20s for the temperature, which was just insane. We have had that heat before, but again, we just can't handle it. We can't tolerate it because it's something we're not used to. But good lord, I would just I would explode, and then all my exploded fragments would then melt in that heat. That's how I would deal with it. That's like the standard sort of British reaction. This is a duck. Hello, good to see you made it, but we are about to close out. Jack Taylor, if you don't have any more verses, I will have to end the stream soon because I've only just realised it's about to be 9 o'clock. Need to be closing the stream soon. So I think, yeah, you are a bit late, sadly, but at the same time, I'm still very grateful that you were able to make it to the stream in the first place, even if it is just the tail end of the stream. So even with new people arriving now, I would quickly say that I would encourage you to rewatch the VOD of the stream once it ends, because the first half an hour is me talking about all of the loot I got from the FoamFest Nerf convention that I went to today. Plenty of things to showcase and talk about. Again, it took up half an hour. But I am going to be doing a video for YouTube later on where it's much more condensed, much more organized. It might be this sort of samey sort of format where it's just me here in front of a camera just showcasing everything I've got. Maybe not this particular camera angle because, having to get the boxes out will be a bit awkward. But yeah, it's very cool indeed. A lot of special things that I wouldn't be able to get otherwise. Two particular blasters I walked away with today I would only be able to get if I paid a lot of money for them both online. But because this was a convention, basically, it was like a prime opportunity to get something like this. So yeah, very cool stuff indeed. And I met a few Nerf YouTubers, which is even cooler. So yeah, Jack Taylor, I am awaiting. If you have just one more. If you have one more, that would be perfect, and we can round out after that. I just got in and saw the notification on Discord. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you still have a life, you are doing your own thing. Din Din's really got to go, see you later. Okay, fair enough then. All right, thank you very much for tuning in, Jack Taylor. Good to see you again. Looking forward to some future versus things for the streams. Okay, with that, I am now going to end this stream as it has just dinged 9 o'clock. That is the hour done and dusted. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in for as long as you have. I know a lot of people don't really care for the Nerf side of my channel, but for people still to tune and listen to me kind of talk about all the exciting things that have been going on with this side of the hobby, it has been just incredible to talk about again. So I have a number of videos planned and are on the way in the coming weeks. I am going to be uploading a bit more slowly. I have only uploaded one video last week, and I kind of like that because it kind of gives more time for that video to be focused on before the next one comes out. I don't think I'm going to upload like once a week, but a slower upload schedule is something I would like to try and do sort of going forward. I definitely have videos planned. I still need to get them recorded, but again, we'll get there in due time. So now it's time to do all the shout out stuff before we finish. So to anybody who isn't in my Discord server already, make sure you click the link at the top of the description to do so you can talk and communicate with like-minded fans of LEGO trains and Nerf blaster hobby stuff. Also linked in the description is my Instagram and Flickr pages. I have been posting on there recently, especially on Instagram today, where I posted a video of me holding and firing a very funky Nerf blaster. So if you want to see some more behind the scenes details for myself and future projects, make sure you follow me on Instagram and Flickr. Once again, links at the top of the description of this video and every other video. And of course, of all things, thank you ever so much for watching, because without you, I don't really get to do this on the same level of joy that I would ever get to do. It still baffles me that I have as many subscribers as I do. And I think it kind of entered a new perspective when the TLR Awards all happened. I have learned that 2 out of the 5 prizes have arrived so far. Those are the 2 prizes that are based in the UK. All the international prizes are still on their way being shipped, so hopefully by next week they will all have arrived. And yes, it has been just a blast to be able to do all this still, and the fact that people still tune in to watch and enjoy this is just the best thing ever. So thank you all ever so much for watching. I shall see you all in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.